don't sit back and hope that prices are going to drop.
Oh, no.
You know, that old nugget. I'm just going to wait until the market settles down. You know, the second biggest question we get is, you know, is now a good time to buy? So first it's, you know, how do I save my deposit quicker?
Oh, yeah.
Where do I buy? And
what's the best time to buy?
A good time to buy. And we always say when you are financially able to, that is the right time to buy. But you need to arm yourself with the right information and be ready so that you know when it's the right property and what to pay for it and what the pros and cons are, and you're going into it with your eyes wide open. So don't sit back. I had a student in a mentoring session the other day say to me, look, Megan, I just think I need to take a break for 6 months and let things settle down. And I said, well, I'm not seeing any kind of change in behaviour that tells me that that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
And this is the thing, that there will become a point where the market sort of peaks and prices will come off the boil for a bit. But it is unusual. It's very rare areas where they come off the boil to the beginning, to where they were at the beginning of the boom. They'll come off the peak, but they don't come all the way down. And we never know where the peak is going to be. And it might be tomorrow, but it also might be in 2 years. And if it's tomorrow, you'll dine out on this and you'll say, yes, I was right to wait. And if it's in 2 years' time, you may never buy a home.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would rather buy a home and make sure I make a really good decision and really wise decision, really clear decision, not buy a piece of crap, all that sort of stuff. And then know you got a good asset, know you bought the right property. And even if you bought at the peak, it's okay, because there'll be a little bit of time where it goes down a bit and then ultimately it will take off again. Because that's what happens. That's in good areas, good property, that's what happens. So one of the things that the temptation, as Megan just said, is to sit on your hands and do nothing and wait. That's not going to get you on the market quicker. So don't wait.
And it could end up costing you quite a lot of money.
So waiting for the perfect home, if you can't outsave the market, and that is where you've got to save more money because you know you want a better home. You know, there are times when you think, you know what, I need to actually buy now, and I need to accept that I'm going to buy a smaller home as my first property or an apartment. And be careful, not too small. We're not saying too small. We're not saying...
right compromises, you know, very, very, very important. And it's something that we really, really go into quite deeply. And it's making sure they're the right compromises and not short-term thinking. Because the last thing, you know, you talk about that first place that you bought that was too small. You weren't thinking far enough ahead at the time, and you didn't know what you didn't know at the time. But in hindsight, and one of the things that we love to do is make sure that people don't make the mistakes that we've seen and made ourselves in the past, is to think, oh, well, I can't quite afford what I want, so I'll just get this sort of stepping stone property. But if you're not going to be in it for 5 years at least own that property for 5 years. If you're going to outgrow it within that time frame, then you may well do more than your deposit if you have to turn it over quickly.